So I've been trying to think about the type of long form content that I would want to have on this page. Because I know my Seasons of Her is all about women's empowerment and treating yourself better and unlearning your negative habits you learned as a child. Filling those blank spots that we have in our mind as it pertains to relationships and what we demand of other people by starting with what we demand from ourselves. So if that's something that you're into, Seasons of Her Official is my other channel. But this is my personal page. This is where you're watching me reclaim my life out loud. And this is where we'll take it. I'm going to take you to Jesus. And I know I get a lot of stuff on here about, oh, you cuss and this and that. And I'll just tell you, I got to give you my testimony. I've said multiple times that I found God in the debris of my old life. When I really sit back and think about it, I think I recognized him in the debris of my old life. I found him while... Okay, just so you're aware, my phone just stopped recording in the middle of this to tell me that I was out of storage. So what I'm about to tell you is definitely a message that you need to hear, because I can usually tell whenever stuff stops me, it's important. So like I was saying, I said that I found God in the debris of my old life, but what I recognize now is that I just recognized him in the debris of my old life. It's not that I found him while I was still living my old life. So I remember towards the end of my marriage when I'm walking around with this anxiety, this trauma that I'm feeling, worrying about his every move, what he's doing, who he's with, why he's not answering me. And when I'm voicing my concerns, it's, you're always this, you're always that. You didn't do this before. Why are you doing this now? And you should just go back to worrying about your life because clearly you don't care about me, right? So there was a lot of toxic things happening at home. And whenever we were separated, I was going through some sort of separation anxiety. The only way I could explain it. And then pair that up with not being able to eat because my anxiety is so high. Mind you, I am a binge eater. I'm an emotional eater. So the fact that I'm so stressed out I can't eat at all tells you a little something about how bad it was. Then to the point to where I can't sleep at night. Especially whenever he's not home, I can't sleep. Because I'm wondering. Because I've already caught him lying about things. I've already caught him on the phone. I've already caught him in hotels. And I'm trying to force this relationship at this point. It's literally killing me to try to force this relationship at this point. Because even explaining to him how much it hurt me, it was almost like he was punishing me. He loved it. He loved that it was hurting me. And so I remember just falling out on my office floor one day. And I remember getting on my knees and crying and staring out the window and saying, like, give me a sign, anything. Just send me a sign. I'm staring at the trees. I'm waiting for some miracle to happen. And I didn't feel anything. I feel like I just got a little thought that popped into my head, and it was almost as if God was telling me, like, I don't want you to feel this way. You're forcing yourself. You're doing this to yourself. Let it go. Give it to me. I've always heard people, especially in church over the years, that say, sorry, y'all are walking with, I'm in church right now. Can you see? This is where I go to church. They say, give your pain to God. Give your worries to God. And I think that a lot of people can say that they do that, but they really don't. It's almost like they're holding hands with him and their problems or their fear or their trouble. But they haven't fully let it go and just said, I'll let you handle it. So I realized that that's exactly what I did. The very first time I ever trust fell into God's arms was whenever I broke up my marriage. Because in my mind, I was honoring God by trying to fight for my marriage, standing for my spouse, hoping that he could grow, hoping that he could change. I was doing my duty as a wife. That's what we were taught as little girls. You get married, that's your man. You don't get divorced. At least that's what I was taught. That's what I observed. But when he said, let it go, it really started a domino effect of like, what else am I holding on to that I'm trying to force? And so I guess if I'm trying to get you to see anything, detaching yourself from the outcome of anything in your life, really separating, how do I say? There's people around me now, like I'm losing my train of thought. And I'm walking uphill. Whew. In Florida, I'm walking uphill, yo. It's crazy. How do I want to say this to you? I want to make sure that you get it and that it clicks. If you're asking for help to make yourself feel better about your job, if you're asking for help for your job to get better, if God said, if you lost that job tomorrow, would you be okay? Because I can make it better, but it may not be there. And you have to trust fall and trust him. And never expect anything. Don't ever assume this is the best you can ever do. And if something's taken from you, take it as protection. If you never get that thing you've been wanting, take rejection as protection. It's not part of your higher timeline. He promises you more than you're ever expecting. And he always delivers. So, I don't know. Sorry, I'm breathing all in y'all's ear. But, yeah. God told me to leave my marriage. He said he had better for me. And he's given me multiple promises about the type of person that he's got for me. He's brought a lot of people into my life to show me what I deserve, what I like, what I don't like, what I'll tolerate, what I won't. And that it's completely okay with me that I'm doing my own thing. Because right now, I talk to him more than I talk to anybody else. It's exactly where he wants me to be. So when he drops something into my inbox, I'll bring it here. All right, I'm going to get back to church.